Welcome to PRISCI-ANTO Educational Academy, Avadi, Chennai. Today I am going to explain you wide sense stationary process. To prove wide sense stationary process, there are two conditions to be satisfied. Condition number one is expectation of x of t is equal to constant. Condition number two is autocorrelation function or xx of t1 comma t2, which is equal to expectation of x of t1 x of t2 is a function of time difference. Now let us see one example in wide sense stationary process. Show that the random process x of t is equal to a cos of omega t plus theta is wide sense stationary, where a and omega are constants and theta is uniformly distributed on the interval 0, 2 pi. Given theta is uniformly distributed and okay, so these are the question is we have to prove the wide sense stationary process. So first it's enough to prove expectation of x of t is equal to constant. Autocorrelation function is a time difference. So what is given? The given one is theta is uniformly distributed on the interval 0, 2 pi. Therefore, the uniformly distribution function or uniform distribution function is the density function of uniform distribution is f of theta is equal to or f of x is equal to 1 divided by b minus a, where a is less than x less than b. 1 divided by b minus a. What is the a? What is the b here? In the interval a is 0, b is 2 pi. So f of theta is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi minus 0, which is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi. So the limit is theta, the limit is 0 to 2 pi. Let us see E of expectation of x of t, which is equal to expectation of a cos omega of t plus theta. So a into integral over the limit 0 to 2 pi cos of omega t plus theta 1 divided by 2 pi into d theta. This 1 divided by 2 pi you can take you can write a divided by 2 pi integral over the limit 0 to 2 pi cos of omega t plus theta into d theta. So cos of omega t plus theta you have to integrate. Cos, if you are integrating, you will get sine. So a divided by 2 pi sine of omega t plus theta, the limit is 0 to 2 pi. So first you have to apply the upper limit. Next you have to apply the lower limit. So a divided by 2 pi sine of omega t plus 2 pi minus sine of omega t plus 0. So a divided by 2 pi. This sine of omega t plus 2 pi will be sine omega t. If you know the formula. Suppose if you don't know, you can expand it. A divided by 2 pi sine of omega t plus 2 pi can be written as sine of a plus b, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Using this formula, you can expand a divided by 2 pi sine omega t cos 2 pi plus cos omega t sine 2 pi minus sine omega t. Using the formula sine of a plus b, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Now a divided by 2 pi sine omega t, what is cos 2 pi? Cos 2 pi is 1. What is sine 2 pi? Sine 2 pi is 0. So second term will be 0. So first term cos 2 pi 1. 1 into sine omega t, sine omega t. Sine 2 pi 0. 0 into cos omega t 0. minus sin omega t. So a divided by 2 pi sin omega t minus sin omega t will be 0. So expectational of x of t is equal to 0, that is constant. So first condition satisfied. So we'll go to next second condition. Second condition is Rxx of t1 comma t2. This is autocorrelation function. Cross correlation means Rxy, Ryz, Rxz. Okay, so this is only autocorrelation. Rxx, Ryy, Rzz. So Rxx of t1 comma t2, which is equal to expectational of x of t1 into x of t2. So expectational of x of t is given in the problem, a cos of omega t plus theta. So expectational of a into cos of omega t1 plus theta into a into cos of omega t2 plus theta. X of t, I am writing x of t1, that's why a cos omega t1 plus theta. If I am writing x of t2, a cos omega t2 plus theta. So a into a square, expectational of cos omega t1 plus theta into cos omega t2 plus theta. So therefore, I am going to apply the formula. What is the formula? I'll tell you. So cos A cos B formula, you can use it. Okay. So A square integral over 0 to 2 pi cos of omega t1 plus theta cos of omega t2 plus theta f of theta d theta. What is f of theta? 1 by 2 pi d theta. So A square divided by 2 pi integral over the limit 0 to 2 pi cos omega t1 plus theta into cos omega t2 plus theta into d theta. So what is cos A cos B? So you know very well, cos A cos B is equal to 1 by 2 into cos A plus B plus cos A minus B, right? Cos A cos B. So 1 by 2, a square by 2 pi, 1 by 2 is cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So a square by 4 pi integral 0 to 2 pi cos of A is omega t1 plus theta, B is omega t2 plus theta. So cos of omega t1 plus t2 plus 2 theta plus cos of omega t1 minus t2 plus theta minus theta cancel. So into d theta. So a square by 4 pi, you have to separate into two integrals. Cos omega t1 plus t2 plus 2 theta. If you are integrating, you will get sine of omega t1 plus omega t2 plus 2 theta divided by 2. The limit is 0 to 2 pi. The second one is cos of omega t1 minus t2 d theta. If you are integrating, theta limit is 0 to 2 pi. So after that, you have to apply upper limit as well as lower limit. So a square divided by 4 pi sine of omega t1 plus omega t2 plus 4 pi divided by 2 minus sine of omega t1 plus omega t2 plus 0 divided by 2. Upper limit minus lower limit we have applied. Second condition, cos of omega t1 minus t2 into 2 pi minus 0. So the first term a square divided by 4 pi sine of omega t1 plus omega t2 cos 4 pi. We are expanding cos A plus B, sin A plus B, using the formula sin A plus B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So sin omega t1 plus omega t2 sin A cos B cos 4 pi plus cos A cos omega t1 plus omega t2 into sin B sin 4 pi divided by 2. Second one, sin omega t1 plus omega t2 divided by 2. As it is, we got to write minus sin omega t1 plus omega t2 divided by 2 plus 2 pi cos of omega t1 minus t2. So cos 4 pi 1, sin 4 pi 0. So first term, second term will be 0. First term minus third term will be 0. Right? So answer is a square divided by 4 pi 2 pi cos of omega t1 minus t2. So a square by divided by 4 pi, 2 pi cos of omega t1 minus t2. So a square divided by, okay, so a square divided by 2 cos of omega t1 minus t2. So a square by 2 cos of omega t1 minus t2, because 2 pi divided by 4 pi will be 2. So a square by 2 cos of omega t1 minus t2 is a function of t1 minus t2, time difference. T1 minus t2 means time difference. So Rxx of t1 minus t2 is a function of t1 minus t2. So second condition also satisfied. Therefore, the process x of t is wide sense stationary process. Thank you.